I have the Matrix!
You got the touch!
Well, that wasn't much of an upgrade, now was it?
Hello and welcome back, Transformer TCG friends, fans, and family. And probably people liking stop motion, because I think that's all anyone's really watching. But anyway, let's continue and let's go over. We're going to open up the Decepticon vault of these, and we're both in ground. We're still continuing and finishing up the Autobot ground force cards, and we're going to look at special ops. The Autobots are special ops. The Decepticons are black ops. Let's just look at these together. So we're going to go over, well, we got to remember the specialist card for the Autobots. So yeah, let's start on with this. Ground force or ground spec ops private Autobot side. We're gonna kind of go through these at the same time, so I'll probably have them up here. You know, let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna put the background so you're not looking at me anymore. So the ground special ops private. Blue, a solid blue and a solid green. All right, just had to get a few things ready for us here. Autobot, the Spec Ops Private, and the Ground Black Ops Raider. These both have the same pip colors, okay? Blue, solid green. Put on an Autobot car, motorcycle, truck, or tank only. Same with the Decepticons. And you're going to see it, this kind of flip-flopped. Both are common. Both have +1 to attack as a utility. You've seen all this before. And you're going to notice the Decepticon, it looks like Decepticon watermark symbols. Fortunately, when it prints, you don't see it. While this is equipped on a character in alt mode for the Autobots, in bot mode for the Decepticons, has focus 1. And that's kind of where it ends. You're not going to get any more focus from the special ops. Moving along to the Sergeant cards. Again, stacks on ground spec ops private only, or ground black ops raider only, because remember, you know, Decepticons don't have the private rank, they have a raider rank, which is kind of cool. They're not exactly the same. That actually helps this part of the TCG-ish a little bit from a technical standpoint, even though they're two completely different factions. Let me just shut up and keep going. Both are hybrid white-blue. That's very hard to see. That's the motorcycle trait. So, because the ground forces have 4 traits, you're going to see me cycle through, no pun intended here, through either car, motorcycle, and truck, or motorcycle, truck, and tank for those the 3 middle hybrid pip colors. For the specialist, captain, and major cards, the private or raider cards are going to be solid blue to designate for the ground forces, and then the general is going to be the solid of the other half of the hybrid of a solid white with nothing on it, but those have green pips. The captain has green pips. Let's just keep, and the private has green pips. No, the captain cards here do not have green. No, they don't have green. So the let's see here, sergeant. Let me get back on track here. When stack on ground spec ops private only, stack on ground black ops raider only. When you put this on a character for the Autobots, and that's the thing. Well, yeah, it's going to have to be Autobot only. But if for some reason the private card gets swapped somehow from one character to another, of your own volition, or an opponent with playing around with gears or something. And so now your private card is no longer on, let's say, a car, tank, or truck. It doesn't matter. It's on a character. You can still stack the sergeant card on top of the private. When you put this on a character, your opponent reveals the top card of their deck. If it has at least a blue pip, you may play a secret action from your scrap. With the Decepticons, when you put this on a character, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If it has at least an orange solid pip, just like the blue solid pip. If they reveal a hybrid with blue, it doesn't really count from what I understand. It has to be at least a solid blue, not a hybrid blue and something else. Because when you do a reveal for a hybrid, it's actually both. It's not either or. You only call it either or when flipping for battle, unless I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Anybody, please. Bueller. The Decepticons, if reveal the top card. If it's orange, you may play a secret action from your scrap. You know, the Autobots are trying. If you are playing with these with an Autobot group, and you are attacking somebody with a mostly defensive deck and doing black and blue, they reveal a solid blue. Boom! You're going to be able to play a secret action. Same with the Decepticons. Just the sort of antithesis here, to where if you're playing Decepticons and you're using these black op cards, and you have maybe, I don't know, maybe the Sky Warp, or whoever that can, you know, or my Tarantulas that can utilize secret actions, blah, blah, blah. And you're up against somebody with a more aggressive deck with a lot of orange. They reveal a solid orange card. Boom, you can play a secret action. As a result, if you have a character that is able to benefit from playing a secret action, there you go. Something to think about. Of course, they reveal their card. It's not orange. It's not blue. These triggers don't happen. But you're still going to get +1 to defense. Well, at this point, +1 to attack and +1 to defense for when you get up to this point. Special Ops Captain for the Autobot, and both of them actually are both white and blue hybrid with the truck symbol. It's easier to see because you can kind of see the truck symbol in the blue. I apologize about that. It doesn't, and that's almost tempting to go into Paint 3D and try to make the back half of that, the truck symbol, look black to make it highlight a little better. But I'm just going to let it be for what it is. So, yeah, look at this. +1 to attack. These are now uncommon. The equipped character has the Wrecker trait if you're using this with your Autobots. And then it also has Drifter. When the equipped character defends, I'm Alabaman. I'm from Alabama all my life. It's defends, not depends. You said depends. Orange pip battle icons flipped by the attacker have no effect. So again, if they're flipping and they are using hybrids and they call it orange, yes, those have no effect. But you said solid orange. I understand that, but now you're flipping. You have to call it either way. So if it's an orange pip battle card, then yes, it is going to be nullified by Drifter, even though it's still a hybrid. Excuse me. Having to get a drink sip here. So, and then same with the Black Ops Captain. The equipped character has the mercenary trait. If you don't have mercenaries and they're all Decepticons, again, it has to be a Decepticon to be able to start the Raider card to get these to start stacking. So now you get them up to Captain. They don't have the Raider trait. I thought about that, and I'm like, well, I gave the Autobots the Wrecker trait. Well, up to the Captain. Well, with Black Ops Decepticons, let's utilize the mercenary trait. It may be a bit dangerous, and you also get Drifter with this one as well. So they're both very, very similar. By this time, you're up to +2 to attack and 1 defense on either side. Special Ops, Ground Force Major. On both sides, +1. +1 health. Okay, that's an error. Let me fix that. +1 health for both sides. Boy, I was wrong. Okay. Stacks on the captain for both previous. While this is equipped on a character in bot mode for the Autobots, it has focus 1. Well, I wasn't completely wrong. And both are white-blue with the tank trait, so only the tanks can call the colors. Okay, otherwise it's just basically a blank for the most part. It's not a blank. If you need, you know the deal here. And with the Decepticons, their alt modes get focus 1, so you're going to be pretty much even Steven with the special ops either way here, because you get them all both up to that point with either Autobots or Decepticons. If they're in alt mode, they have focus 1. If they are in bot mode, they have focus 1. And they have the exact same stats. And they both have Drifter. The Autobots now has the added Wrecker trait. The Decepticons have the added Mercenary trait. And as well. So let's keep going. The General. Okay, Autobot Ground Spec Ops General, solid white, mercenary green pip. And we do have the +1 health, +1 defense. Stack on Air Force. I'm glad I'm reading this out loud, guys. If anyone's even listening to this. Ground Spec Ops Captain only. Captain? No, this is on the Met. Oh gosh, I'm glad I'm looking at this. Hello? No. When the equipped character attacks, roll a 6-sided die. If a 1 to 5 is rolled, move 1 damage counter from a damaged character. Well, I think we can take off the word extra damage here. Move 1 counter from a damaged character you control to an enemy. If a 6 is rolled, move 2 damage from one of your damaged characters to an enemy. So it's not much, but again, let's say here, and unlike a lot of my other general cards that normally will affect the entire team of who you quote and control, this is only going to work for the equipped character. When the equipped character is now a Spec Ops General or Black Ops General, only they're going to be able to get the roll of the 6-sided die. And instead of saying roll 1 to 6, I think I left this one roll a 6-sided die because it looked okay and things didn't kind of wrap around. I mean, a little bit on the Autobots, but it's still legible. The ground for the Decepticons, when the equipped character attacks, if it's a 1 or 2, the equipped character has bold 1. Yeah, I know that's not much. If it's 3, 4, or 5, scrap a card from your opponent's hand. If it is a 6, you may put a battle card in your KO. So that's giving you, well, where's it coming from? Well, your hand. You can't just take it out of your scrap or a card out of your scrap or your draw pile. Normally, when you playing something, it's coming out of your hand, so that should be a given there. So put a battle card from your hand in your KO. So I'm not typing that all in there, but it should just be common sense rule for where your card is coming from. If we say, draw 1, you're drawing from your draw pile. if etc. You play something from your scrap, it's playing from your scrap. If you may play, it should be coming from your hand. So I'm not being ugly. I'm just trying to explain. And I do have some different verbiage here. For the Autobot, I have if 1 to 5 is rolled, if a 6 is rolled, and this Decepticon card, if it is 1 or 2, if it is 3, 4, or 5, and if it is 6. That's not normally. Yeah, I might need to fix that so it looks a little more uniform with the Decepticon card, because that's not my normal verbiage. Yeah, it's normally when a whatever is rolled. So I'll get that fixed in post-production here. But what do you think? We went over oh, well, wait a minute. Specialist, Ground Ops Specialist, a Grillenheimer. What does that do? Solid blue, +1 health. It is a rare card, like most of all the Specialist cards are. It has the, and if you didn't notice, the Special Ops General card for the Autobots has the Wrecker symbol, so any Wrecker battling can get this on the flip, or if you have the Captain, up to the Captain card, you can get, with this character, you can get it up on the flip. Same with Ground Black Ops General. With the Decepticons, it has the Mercenary trait, so you can get it on the flip with the Mercenary. Ground Special Ops Specialist. Solid blue, green with the Specialist trait. Stack on Ground Spec Ops Sergeant upgrade only. Do I really need the word upgrade in there? No, most of the time it's not there, so we know it's an upgrade. When you put this on a Specialist, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is an armor, you may play it. A ranking upgrade cannot be stacked on this. So once you get, I'm beating a dead horse here, saying the same thing over and over. Private, Sergeant, Specialist, you can't put anything more on top of the Specialist. They're all in the same upgrade utility slot. So there's that. So it can go on a character that's not a Specialist. It just needs to be, start off with the car, motorcycle, tanker, truck characters, So we got to go over, what was that, 11 cards in just under 20 minutes. That's not bad. Now, I will say this. I've been playing around and testing some of my cards, mixing in not really the ranking cards per se. Let's do a Jack Nicholson. And I've been playing with a couple of decks and utilizing some of my base cards, and that allows for the stack of Energon, which is part of your deck, not in your deck. That is as get of a reward of being knock out one of your own base cards is by swapping it, or swapping out one of your opponent's base cards with your own, and you get the Energon card. And I found myself actually not using them. I mean, I did. I did to some extent, but I found it's like, well, it's only +1 across the board. Attack, health, and defense. And compared with some of the other cards I had in my hand, like the hand grenade or fusion bore, I'm playing very casual with a mock game with 2 different groups, and I was having some fun, and it seemed okay. But as much as flack I get with the Energon card to some extent, not really on the custom page. It's been a long time. And somebody else has come in, and I think, is it Evan or somebody, is trying to do a whole new another community board for Underground TCG, I believe. Underground Transformer TCG, making more kind of cards, and which is fine. Where was I going with this? Golly, I forgot. That you know, some people were like, oh, that's just too much. You know, you need a star on that Energon card, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. And now that I have utilized and changed the way it is introduced into the game, you can't just have an Energon card in your deck. You can't start out that way. It has to start in its own pile, and you can only get Energon in your deck, or in your hand, in your hand, by playing with base cards. And you can get an Energon card for each base card in your deck. And of course, I was playing with multiple base cards in both decks, in this deck and in this deck. But just like every other battle card, all battle cards, you can only have 3 of the same name. So yes, you can only have 3 Energon cards. And you know, I was getting a few neat things done, and on top of base cards and the Energon, I wasn't using a whole lot of the Energon. One group had I had 2 Energon cards in my hand, and I was using other stuff that was stronger than just the Energon, really. When it comes down to it, I do have some other cards that, if you do use Energon, that I don't think I have printed out. If you have an Energon on a character, and you have, I think it's the Energon dagger. I could be wrong. I think that you can, it can help give you like Pierce or something. And there's a card that, as an opponent, if a character you're attacking, I think it's a secret action or something that I've created, where if your opponent has, it's Kremzeeked, because I have a Kremzeeked stratagem and I have a Kremzeeked secret action or a utility, I forgot which. And if they're in battle and you're attacking or battling an opponent's character with an upgrade with the word Energon in it, Energon X, Energon Dagger, Energon Whip, Energon Boots, Energon whatever. You know, it just has to have the word Energon in it, whether it's official or unofficial, doesn't matter. Then something's going to happen to them, or because they are wearing an Energon-based accessory. So I was trying to do something with that. So there's that, and it was really interesting. I really had some fun. It just always takes a while when you're playing by yourself. But my wife home. I'm stuck at home without a vehicle. But the Argon Sea is a base card. At the start of turn, do 1 damage to each of your characters in alt mode. Well, not each of your, but it should be each character in alt mode. And I played it that way, not exactly how this is written, how it's supposed to be written. And between Argon Sea, I had a lot of base cards that were doing damage to characters, and that was interesting. The asteroid belt, or is it Cybertron's asteroid belt? Argon Sea, and some others, and it was really interesting. But I was also had my version of the what is it called? What is that sword called? The art guys or the other guys, the legendary Stormfall Sword. This is my version, and I kind of like it. You can only put it on a character in bot mode. If it is scrapped, you can put it on another one of your characters in bot mode. If not, it gets scrapped, okay? But it is kind of a blue pip +2 attack weapon, okay? And when this is scrapped, you may put this on another character in bot mode you control, and it has the plane trait on the blue, so only the planes defending can get the defense off that, which makes a type of sense. Cards with the Seeker pip cannot be played by either player. if the Argon Sea is in play, and I may add Seeker and playing cards. Not playing, plain. Yeah, that was sad. So even when this is in play, if someone else has, which, you know, your planes can get it on the flip. Planes, not Seekers. Planes go up, Seekers go down. Oh, when the tights come up, the mites come down. No, I said that wrong. When the mites come up, the tights come down. That's what my grandfather taught me. To understand which directions stalagmites and stalactites go. Anyway, sorry, I'm an old fogey. To where you can't play if someone has this in play, you can't play your legendary Stormfall Sword or your multi-mission gear. I think the multi-missile card. You know what I'm talking about. I can see it. I forgot the name of it. Do I have one over here? I thought I did. Insulated compound. Desert road. Drone jets. So my drone jets have, it's double orange, but one orange is got the helicopter trait. The other orange has the plane trait. This would not be allowed to be played. And I do like my drone jets. Multi-missile pod. That's what I'm thinking of. But, you know, put on planes or helicopters only. But, no, this is identical to the official one. I just put an image from trying to give a little Rescue Bot love on there. But it's solid blue. So this can still be played. It can still be played. So there's that. But, so the multi-missile pod can be played, but my drone jets could not be played if the Argon Sea is in play. And I may actually, and I've been doing a bit with some base cards and adding more base cards. We're not done with those either, guys. It's just been woo, lots of stuff going on. And now Christmas is like, what, next week? So... And with that, I guess I got to call it quits. I didn't mean to go 30 minutes on this. We'll see you next time. Now that I've dove into this, I feel like Scrooge McDuck jumping into a bunch of cards instead of a bunch of coins. That would hurt less, wouldn't it? Except you might get paper cuts. We'll see you next time. I hope you're enjoying these. More stop motion coming as well. And the stop motion from before was interesting because it's following the storyline. I didn't really intend, these were just meant to be like, kind of like The Simpsons started in that terrible lady show, Tracy Ullman show, which was bleh. And we watched it for the snippets of the Simpsons characters, which didn't talk back then, before they even had their own show. And they were kind of funny. That's a story for another video if I ever do that. But next thing I know, I'm actually doing a story with this stop motion, which isn't that great, but it's funny and it's okay. And I'm doing trying to do all the voices for what it's worth. We'll see you next time. Throw the like button at the scraplets. Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw scraplets at the like button. And as always, Autobots, flip out and let's roll for it.